It's times like these I kind of regret not being closer to nature.
You want to
get
again?
myself a green thumb, maybe do some gardening, grow some pot, smoke it. It's a good time. Instead, I got to play Evergarden. It's from Flippfly. It's developed on Unity. You can pick it up for about 17 of your local wet stinky currency. What does it? Transform your garden by combining plants into strange and new forms and unearth deep hidden secrets. As you become engrossed in the game's calming rhythm, wander into the forest and help bring back life. The Help of Finn, your creature guide. This is CHAIRQASITION. This is where we take a game, we play it for a little bit, we break it down, rate it on 1-to-1 score of does it launch, how does it perform at 1080p, does the graphics work, and how do the controls work. And then we flip on over, we get a little tender with you, we whisper sweet nothings in your ear, tell you on a scale from 1 to 4 chairs how much fun we had with the game. So, on Ubuntu, how'd it run?
I don't know, man. I'm already irritated. I'm looking at Pedro's video here, and I'm like, damn it, you got further than I did. So, on Ubuntu, what do we at? 1804? Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. Ryzen 7 980. You know it. You love it. It launches like a boss. No issues. I mean, it's Unity. It should, and especially on the 1804s. Performance 1080 and 2160p. That's what the kids try to call 4K, but it's UHD. Solid 60. No issues there. No tearing. Graphics-wise, looking at it, I mean, this is not Virtua Fighter. This is like Virtua Puzzle. It looks nice. Everything's in a shade of orange, dark orange, burnt orange, or I'm sure, I don't know. I don't have enough rotten cone cells. Controls, you click it, it works. Things get clicked. I didn't try it with a controller. Did either of you guys give that a shot? No?
Nope.
That might be interesting. But yeah, perfect. Clean bill of health out of the box on this, and that's Pedro. How about me? Do I have 4? Boom. There it is.
All right. Yeah, on Fedora 28 64-bit with the i7-6700K and the GTX 1080 Ti. It's complicated because it fucks with you. You can click on the game and it like shows up and you get the menu and you can go to like the settings menu and the leaderboards and the credits. The second you hit play, it crashes. And I fucked around with it. I opted out of the beta, disabled Steam overlay. I set the prefer host libraries to not, so that I would just use the 100% Steam runtime libraries. Same result each and every time. So performance-wise, the game crashes. Graphics-wise, I like my choice in desktop wallpaper. It's good. It's good to confirm that. And control. Well, I had no control because the game crashed. Zilch.
So over here on Solus with the Ryzen 5 1600 and the GTX 1080, it's a Unity game that remembers the window position and full screen settings. I feel spoiled. That's not something you see a lot of nowadays. It performs great. It's 4K 1080p. Just it runs stupidly well. The graphics, yeah, there's a lot of red, orange, and brown, but it all renders properly, and the sounds all work too. There's this very soothing background music to everything you do, and the controls, yeah, you click things and things react to those clicks. So clean bill of health for me.
All right, well, that's it for the mix with the working. How about fun, Ven? Did you enjoy planting happy little flowers and merging them into other flowers?
Happy little accidents, man. First impressions. This is really where I came from. It looks nice. It does. My immediate second impression, oh, we're stuck looking at this fox. Well, I guess it kind of better look nice. Third impression, the hell am I doing? Question mark. This was a legitimate problem. What you have is some little plants, some big plants, and I'm guessing they're plants, question mark, and your goal is to spread the seed, giggity. Grow new plants, combine plants into bigger plants, and somehow profit. Hashtag more plants. Sometimes the fox says, like, to line your, like, grow house up. It takes a minute to kind of figure that out, which I did eventually. If you do, you get it more plants and special abilities and stuff like that. You know, I passed most of my time playing this game, you know, pretending I was like growing opium and the fox was like the cartel boss. Yeah, don't judge me. And sometimes the random animals that show up, like the armadillos and stuff, I just pretended they were like DEA agents. And yes, I may have issues, but we've established that it is basically your classic, easy to play, hard to master formula. Nothing wrong with that. However, it would be nice if the game did something to like signal a bit of progression instead of like, hey, oh, I'm starting back in the same place again, doing the same thing over and over. Maybe if it had some optional timers or something like that to maybe introduce a little bit of urgency in the game. You could maybe swap out the background tiles a bit more frequently. Hashtag signal progression. Definitely you should also allow me to rename that fox to Carlos. It's a better like cartel leader name. Anyway, I had a mobile version because, I want a mobile version is what I'd say, because during my entire QA playthrough was just like, man, I want this on a tablet. Maybe not necessarily a 4-inch or 6-inch. Well, maybe a 6-inch, but definitely a 10-inch device. Because I feel like you can definitely be doing something else while playing this game. Giving the game full attention, but not necessarily completely sitting down and this is all you're doing. I like it what it is, man. It's a clicker puzzle game thingy. 100%. Unfortunately, it's a $17.99 clicker puzzle game thingy. Completely well done. I like it, but in 2018, that's going to be a tough sell. Especially, because it really feels to me that this thing's designed for like a 5-minute at a time interaction. You can pick it up, and I love it for this. Pick it up, put it down, play a puzzle, grow some opium, and done with it. If you give me a mobile version, I'll definitely give you some cash in return for it. So, yeah, man, I'll say this is check it out if this is your thing. I didn't have a bad time with it. I didn't expect to like it, but I definitely threw an hour and just like, whoa, okay. Wow, I played this for an hour. Okay, I guess I do kind of like it. So, yeah, 2 chairs on that.
Yeah, so not to be deterred from the previous section of the review, I went to the backup Ubuntu made partition I have for these specific cases, and lo and behold, the game worked. And you know what? I actually really like the game. It requires you to apply math, and kind of in a fun way too, because each sort of flower is composed of 2 constituent ones, and those guys are composed of 2 constituent ones. So you got to sort of keep track of how many plants you actually need and how you're going to move these around in order to solve the puzzle. And apparently that's something that I really enjoy, because I sunk about 2 hours into it, looked up and realized, I've been playing this game for about 2 hours. One thing I would like, though, is that the controls are a little sticky. You click on one thing and then you click on the next thing. I was like, you got to snap it back and forth, and sometimes that screws you over. Maybe like a one-move undo thing, because sometimes you'll accidentally click the wrong thing and be like, fuck, well, now I'm screwed. The way the game works is eventually, if you combine all the flowers into their final form, the 6-petaled flower, like you're seeing on the thing right here, you get some extra turns, and you'll get a little triangle that you can use to unlock one-time use powers. Like, it'll upgrade all the plants of one variety, or will make the little armadillo cartel boss go away. But I gotta agree with Ven on the price. It's a little steep for what you get, and considering the replayability aspect here is the leaderboard. It's always going to be the same setup, and you just want to try and get as many points as possible. So it sort of rewards you like actually learning how to play the game and mastering the mechanic, which I think is a good thing ultimately. But at the same time, you maybe a little bit of progression would be nice. Maybe introduce some new things as you go on. I don't know. I liked it well enough. I'll give it 3 cheers.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game where you unlock the little triangle things, and then you use those in another puzzle to unlock the next quote-unquote area. But, even though it's a perfectly good puzzle game, it's always the same. It's always the same puzzle game, and, I've said this many times, a good puzzle game gives you all the tools that you need to solve it, and it just watches you as you keep shooting yourself in the foot. And this one very much does that. It gives you a board with some flowers and says, have at. And it just laughs at you whenever you screw yourself over because you put plants where they shouldn't be, and now you can't combine that flower anymore because there's higher level flowers around it. It's not a hard game to understand the mechanics of, but it will very much keep you occupied until you realize that that's all you're going to be doing forever. And yeah, there's some interesting tidbits, and there's like the story of someone's mom who left this behind, like this little puzzle thingy behind. and she keeps leaving you notes that you find as you progress. I guess if you're really keen into finding that story, you should go play the Talos Principle instead. But as a puzzle game, as it stands, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like how repetitive it gets very, very quickly. 2 chairs.
All right, well, that's it for the CHAIRQASITION. Evergarden, it's an okay game. Maybe wait until it goes on sale, or maybe goes into a humble bundle, and then definitely pick it up. Or if it shows up on the Switch or a tablet or whatever.
Well, I mean, definitely give it a look. I mean, if it's your thing, it's worth it, 100%. Some work could be done on it, and we wanted to give it some attention because this is a very well done game. It is very pretty, and it's very performant. So, good job, Flippy.